we're in Valmeyer, Illinois, looking at Syngenta's new fungicide seed treatment, Saltro.
We're going to be looking at plant-to-plant uniformity. We'll be looking at root development below ground and seeing how that compares to above ground development, again with Saltro compared to the competition. So on this side, what we have is Cruiser Max Vibrance plus Saltro. And on this side, this row, we have Cruiser Max Vibrance plus Alivo. And immediately you'll see the plant-to-plant variation in this row, whereas when you compare it to the Saltro treatment on the other side of the row, just a mere 30 inches away, you just see a very, very uniform row. Each plant is essentially an exact duplicate of the next plant. And that's what you want to see. If you're a soybean grower, the last thing you want to see is your soybean crop set back due to something you've applied to it. But today with Saltro, there is a safer option for early growth and development, and this is what Saltro is offering.
The row right in front of me here is Cruiser Max Vibrance with the Alivo. The row in front of us there is Cruiser Max Vibrance with Saltro. We're just gonna go ahead and dig up some plants and see what is going on below ground to see if there's any differences amongst seed treatments. And again, noticeably difference above ground biomass and even a below ground biomass. Looking at that Alivo seed treatment, we know it has phytotoxicity above ground. Visually below ground, we're seeing similar things. These roots are going to be crucial at reproductive stages in order to take up nutrients, take up water to feed these pods and ultimately maximize our yields. So what we're going to be showing you guys here, first I'm in a plot of just straight Cruiser Max Vibrance, which was on each treatment we're going to walk through today as the base. That is just basically a fungicide and insecticide, no SDS solution available on this treatment. First thing you notice right away is that this site, as we referenced, has a lot of pressure for sudden death syndrome. You see these plants starting to wilt and die down from the top. How that's occurring is we notice these interveinal chlorosis, between the veins are starting to die and get crispy, taking away a lot of photosynthetic material from these beans that we're going to need to really maximize yield. So we move down the plot just a few rows, still staying with that same Cruiser Max Vibrance base treatment, but I'm standing between two different SDS solutions. To my right, we're going to see Alivo. Done a very nice job in previous years of helping growers protect against SDS, but as you can see, we're still getting symptomology in these plants, and we still got a ways to go to harvest. Every day matters when it comes to producing yield in these soybean plants. Look directly to my left is where Syngenta's new Saltro fungicide was applied. The first thing you notice right away is a lack of SDS symptoms. There's definitely some activity of SDS showing up in the lower canopy of these plants, but we've kept these protected for longer periods of time, which has led to greener plants, which means more photosynthesis, and ultimately maximize our yield potential for our growers. That's why we have statistically, over the last several years of research trials, shown a 3 bushel advantage over Alivo under heavy SDS pressure like this site has.